You guys all just accept that you're okay with being recorded, and let's get started. So happy Monday night. It is more family call time, and I'm super, super excited to be here with you guys tonight. And just discussing a few things, the don'ts of social media. What I got this list from is just from seeing some things done on different people's pages, things that I've learned from over the years, and to just kind of go over just something different. We've talked a lot about enrolling customers, enrolling distributors, and things like that. And now let's just break down a little bit on common mistakes that we make using social media. But first, I want to do our devotional. In Thessalonians, 1 Thessalonians 5:11, it says, "Encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing." Loving others includes encouraging one another. In Romans 12:7-8, Paul lists encouragement among the gifts of grace. When people accomplish a common objective together, all are encouraged. Fellow believers encourage one another to grow in the grace and knowledge of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. The Thessalonian Christians faced struggles and an uncertain future. Paul wrote to encourage them, reminding them of their faith and love and hope in Christ, all of which prepared them to be ready for the Lord's return. And with these assurances, they could keep encouraging one another and building each other up. The gift of encouragement is important in our lives. Encouragement is a gift in the home, the workplace, the church, wherever we find ourselves. We come alongside others and be there for one another. We can listen, comfort, console, affirm. It's a way of living out the command to love one another. Take time to recall the people who've been encouragers in your life. They're the ones who were there when you thought you'd never laugh again. They're the ones who listened to you, whereas others just talked. Then ask yourself, when was the last time I actually encouraged someone? It's not difficult, and the people you encourage are so blessed by it. And so I just kind of wanted to start that off today just as a reminder that we need to take the time and remember to encourage everybody, encourage other people, and be a light. Because I think sometimes we just forget and live in our day in and day out that little kind of prompting to just spread a little love and joy randomly and offer people encouragement. And so I encourage you to do that today, to really think about, this was a prompt in one of my journals the other day. And it talked about, think of 3 people that have touched you in your life and what have made an impact on you, and message them. And so I encourage you guys all to do the same. Think of those 3 people, who have gotten you to where you are today, maybe, or made an impact at a crazy time in life. And you just remember that, and you're grateful for them because, maybe they just need a little bit of lifting up, and God's laying them on your heart for you to encourage them because they encouraged you in that time. So I encourage you guys all to take that as an assignment today. And this is not business related, but listen, we have been through a journey over the last couple of months in business. I don't know about everyone, but I know that some people have been on the struggle bus. And so, take time to lift each other up and encourage each other. Take that time to just reach out to each other and, maybe make a list of a person's name every week. I put Dawn on week 1, Jennifer on week 2, me on week 3, and Angela on week 4. And you just send them a note of encouragement via messenger or text, and just lift each other up, because sometimes it's very lonely in this business, and you can feel like, you're not getting anywhere. No one's listening. No one's answering. No one's doing this. But guess what? Other people are having struggles too. And so just encourage each other and lift each other up. That's what this team's here for. So today we're going to talk about the don'ts of social media and just common mistakes people make when they are running a social media business, okay? Because before you got started in social media, you used your Facebook, Instagram, whatever, for personal reasons, okay? You did not use them to run a business. You were not worried about an algorithm. It didn't matter. It didn't matter what your page looked. It didn't matter what you did. It didn't matter everything. And so these are common mistakes that maybe some of you still continue to carry into you once you have switched over into a social media business. So the biggest number one thing that I have on here is a negative page, okay? You do not want a negative page. And that is so huge because you want to be a light. You want to be an encouragement on your page. You want people to see your posts and smile and be encouraged and lifted up, and even to be sought after. Okay. One thing that I have that I probably get the most interactions with, besides different family pictures, but my quotes and scriptures and encouragement clips that I put on my page get the most comments, likes, and shares out of almost everything that I post. And I have people that thank me for sharing my encouragement and quotes and things like that, because it lifts them up. Just like, I don't even think about it. It's not even something like I think about it. I find something I like and I just share it on my page. There's no rhyme or reason. It lifted me up. I know it's going to lift somebody else up. And so, be a light, be an encouragement, have a positive page. I try to really stay away from politics. I try to have a neutral page, and just give the persona of loving everyone. Okay, because I do feel like that is what God has called us to do, is to love everyone, no matter what your political stance is, no matter what your party is, no matter what you feel about COVID-19, whatever it is. I try to have a neutral page because I want to be a person that is known for loving everyone, no matter who you are, what you stand for. And I try to make my page as positive and neutral as possible. Okay. And some people may disagree with that. Some people are, like to have controversy on their page. That is just something that I have tried to stay away from, because I want people to say, I'm accepted by Melody no matter what. And that's just something I've said. So try to maintain a positive page, and stay away from that negativity. I'm very big about being anti-drama, and that's that negative page as well. I don't like to put drama out on my page. I try to keep that very personal and in private. There's people that will post, if they're having trouble or they're angry at someone or someone ticked them off, it's all on Facebook. And I try to avoid that. You want to be a light. You want to be an encouragement. You want someone to open up your page, see your smiling face, your family's face, your encouragement, your quote, your positivity, your God's love on your page, not to be turned off by it. Okay. So you want a positive page. The second mistake that I see a lot is blurry pictures. Okay, so when you are taking pictures, do not put a blurry picture up there. If it looks blurry to you and you have to squeeze your eyes for it to clear up, it's blurry, okay? Have you ever done that? I've squint, is it really blurry? It's not blurry when I squint my eyes. Blurry pictures, take good quality pictures, okay? Our phones nowadays, this is not 2005. Our phones take good pictures, okay? Figure out how to do that. Face lighting, this is just common things, okay? Face light, and that way that light is falling on you. Natural light is a very good way to take a picture in front of, and make sure that it's not blurry, okay? Our phones now have portrait mode. If you have an iPhone, that takes very good, clear pictures if you switch it over to portrait mode. But if you have to take 15, take 15, but make sure it is clear. There are a lot of people will, as you listen to people talking about branding and doing different things about your page, they talk about presets or using a photo editing app, or, there's PicTapGo, there's Lightroom, there's, you name it, there's a bunch out there, but those are the kind of the two that I know that I personally use. Lightroom, that you can edit them and make them clearer. Okay, you can maybe, if you happen to take a picture in a dark space, you can add light to it. Okay, so those are what those apps do, to be able to make the picture more appealing. Okay, because again, what do you do when you see this? This is my biggest pet peeve. When I see somebody put a blurry picture up and I'm scrolling, I'm like, dear God, why did they post that picture? Literally, that's what I think as I'm scrolling back, scrolling on social media. So don't be that person that they're like, why is this great? Why is she putting this blurry, dark picture up? Be cognizant of the pictures that you take. Okay, use light to your advantage. Turn on every lamp in your house if you're taking a picture and it's nighttime, and face the light. Okay, and you guys will have good quality pictures, and delete the blurry ones, please. All right, so that's number 2. Number 3, add pictures all the time. Okay, when you are scrolling on social media, what do you do when you see an ad? You keep scrolling. You don't even stop to look at it, okay? And so the biggest common mistake I see in this business a lot is people taking stock photos, ad photos, and using them as a main picture on your page, Facebook page or Instagram page, okay? If you know that you scroll past those pictures that's what other people are doing to your pictures as well. Okay. I highly, highly encourage original content. And, you know, ad pictures are fine. You could use those in your stories. You can use them every once in a while, but they should not be on your page every single day, because people are not going to stop and read it. They're not going to take the time. But if you are sitting there with, you know, a picture of your coffee, and, you know, like Dawn, has been really good about posting a picture of her, what the product she's taking every day in her face, okay, or her hand. And, you know, like, people are going to be like, what the heck is this girl doing? Like, what is she doing? They're going to pay more attention to that than they are going to a picture of just a, you know, a Skinny Brew advertisement, okay? So I highly encourage original content, and filter in those ad pictures in, okay? And you can even make an ad picture a second picture. You can do more than one picture, but try to make sure that you're putting up original personal content, okay? There are a couple of apps that I like to use to be able to create original content. If you don't want to just sit there and post your, you know, just a plain picture of you, you can go into like an app like Canva, WordSwag. You can make and create different kind of pictures and posts by plugging in your face, by plugging in some kind of picture or whatever. You can create original content that way. Pinterest has a lot of great like story slides, which are great to use. But again, what is going to attract people's attention is original content. Okay, so you guys will see, I don't know if how much you guys follow my stories, but like, I will typically, today is an example, I did one today that you guys can flip through my stories and see. But I took a picture of my coffee, okay, in my hand, clear picture of my coffee, and then I added, does your coffee do this? You know, words above it. Then I popped in my before and after picture on the next slide on the same thing. Okay, so it's going slide to slide to slide to slide, but it's all my same picture with my own personal before and after put on it. It's not stock photos, it's personal. Okay, but it's still getting the content and the words out there. And those are very easy to make. You know, and that's just me just putting words over my coffee cup. Literally words over my coffee cup. And so just be cognizant of how many ad pictures you put up, okay? If you're putting up ad pictures a day, every day, it's time to evaluate that and start being more original, especially if you're using the products. If you're using the products every day, like we really highly encourage you to do, just snap a picture of some gummies in your hand, or, you know, a coffee cup in your hand, and just be putting that out there. And it could be just very vague, just having my skinny coffee on the go today, popping my gummies before I walk out the door. Just make sure it's not the same thing every day, you know, like spice it up, doing this out the door. Then tomorrow to be like, my skinny coffee gives me energy, burns metabolism, and burns fat. It puts me in this great fat burning mode. Like, make sure you put some details, product details in with those too. So like, maybe it's a, you know, like today, my post was a picture with my coffee cup and the baby, talking about it being Happy November. And then I talked about that my church is starting up 21 days of prayer. And I'm doing that. I've integrated that into my life, gave no detail, just said I have my cup of skinny coffee and I'm getting ready to start my quiet time with my 21 days of prayer. Okay. That was very vague. I just threw skinny coffee in there. Now, tomorrow, my post will be a little bit more direct, where I will put in there some details of what my skinny coffee does. But I'm still popping it into them and into their face all the time. Okay. And again, it's a original quality picture that they're getting. So it makes them stop and look. Okay. Number 4 is sharing content. I see this mistake a ton. And I actually talked to my church about this when they brought me in to talk to them about their social media page. Sharing content. So when you do an original post, it only reaches 3 to 4% of your friends. Okay, we know that. We know that if we, you know, my picture today of Kai and my coffee cup only reached 3 to 4% of my friends. If I share a picture, if I share something from my church's page onto my page, it only reaches 1%. Okay, it only reaches 1%. So say you like my post because of my weight loss. So say you see a before and after of me and you share my post to your page. Okay, you hit the share button. It's only reaching 1% of your friends. But if you take my before and after picture, hey, this is my leader and look at her weight loss, love what she's done, look at how great she looks, and make it an original post, it goes from 1% to 3 to 4%. Does that make sense? Do not share content. Okay, you're not going to reach people. So the same thing applies to if you like a quote. Say you really like a quote or a really funny meme, you know, something out there that's out that you just love. Take it and make it your own. Save the picture, screenshot the quote, whatever it is, and make it an original post. 3 to 4% versus 1%. Okay, you might as well not post it if it's only reaching 1% of your friends. It's only reaching like 2 people. You know, like, why even post it? It's a waste. And that's what I said to my church. They were taking things from other ministries' pages and sharing it on their main page. And I said, no, you need to take the original content from those ministry pages and make it an original picture for your site. No one's going to see it. You're not even sharing about trunk or treat. No one's going to read this trunk or treat post. 2 people, you know, like 2 people going to come to trunk or treat. They're not even going to see it because you're not sharing it adequately on the page. Okay. And so there is all kinds of great content that other people use and other people do, and quotes and memes and all these funny and great things that you can use on your page. Don't share it. Make it original so you reach people, that you reach an audience. Okay. Number 5 is copying other posts word for word or pictures. And we do this a lot in this business, is copy post word for word. The problem with copying post word for word is once something is done once on Facebook, okay, it gets like tagged. Like, so say my post today I put up about the business, it gets tagged with a number 1. Okay, so Bridget goes and she copies my post exactly, doesn't change a thing out of it, and puts a picture of her up. Well, now it's tagged again with a 2. So then Mel gets it, and she copies the exact same post, puts her picture up. Yes, she's putting different pictures, but the post words are the same. It gets tagged with a number 3. Facebook starts recognizing repetition. Okay, then they decrease your reach. Again, it goes from reaching 3 to 4% to being spam, which reaches no one. Okay, so it is so, so, so important. If you use someone else's words, you see a post you really like and you copy it to paste on your own page, okay, which we all do, you have got to change verbiage in that post. Okay, you've got to change things in it. You've got to put emojis. You've got to change period spacing. You've got to change words. You've got to rearrange how the sentences are written. Edit it a little bit. Throw in your own spice to it. Don't just copy and paste it onto your page, because Facebook, the more repetition of that post, and when it's a good post, it can get a lot of repetition. And we're talking about cleanse wording, skinny brew wording. I just posted one the other day that said, if you're willing to take drink a cup of coffee and gummies. I've seen it probably 5 times with you guys, all repetitioned. Okay, switch it up. It becomes spam. More repetition things, they log it as spam. Same thing with pictures. Same thing with pictures. You will see that I never use the same cleanse picture. I Google and search looking for ginger drink, citrus drink, and I find all kinds of random pictures. It's going to be an original number 1 picture for Mel, because I'm going to take a good looking picture and I'm going to throw a filter on it because it's been shown somewhere in the world once. I'm going to put a quick filter on it, and then it's going to be a number 1 for Melody. Then when each of you share it, it's going to be 2, 5, 10, 11. Well, Facebook's by 10 and 11, Facebook's marked it as spam. And it's not going to show anybody. You lose that 3 to 4% of your algorithm to taking it basically down to 0 to 1% when they mark it like that. And so this is so, so, so important. So when you use different people's pictures, again, you can easily, like, especially on Instagram, they make it very easy for you to swipe or go when you go to post. It gives you all those different filter options, or run it through. If you use Lightroom for your pictures, run the picture through Lightroom, put your personal preset on it, and then it becomes a number 1 picture for you. I know I feel like I'm speaking Greek to you guys, but this is a big mistake that so many people make when you're new in the business. And when you're wondering why Melody got like 10 comments on that original post and you guys all copied that same post, but nobody got any comments, there's a reason. Because you copied it directly. Okay, you got to make changes to it. You have to. All right, number 6, and I'm going to open this all up for questions. So write your questions down. At the end, we're going to open this all up for questions so I can clarify things for you if you have questions. Number 6 is don't lie. Okay, and not that I've seen this anywhere personal from our team, but we only have products claims on our gummies, our Thermophyte X, and our Skinny Brew because it has the green phytosome in it. Okay, those are the only 3 products that we have that are clinically proven through case studies, that we have actual claims of clinically proven ingredients in it for weight loss. Okay, now we know all our products work. We all know that they have great results. You know, if you've used our hair, skin, and nails vitamin, you know that it freaking grows your hair out like crazy. Okay. But we don't have any clinical proven proof about that. And so just make sure that when you are talking to people, that the only 3 products we have that are clinically proven are the 3 that I just said: gummies, Thermophyte X, and Skinny Brew. And then another thing that I've seen is just embellishing income. Okay, just be real and honest. People want to talk. People want to know you. People want to sign up with you. People want to hear from you. You don't need to make $2,000, $10,000, $35,000 in this business to be successful. You don't need a story like that. Just be real. Just be you. What have you made? If you've made not a single dollar, you were able to pay for your products this month, you know, or here is my hope that I want to be able to do for myself. I want to be able to retire myself. I don't want to work until I'm 65. I want to be able to do these things, and this business is the path to be able to do that. Don't embellish, just be truthful, because I feel like when we proclaim all these things and then bring people into the business and we don't have that basis of truth, it's just you're not starting off on the right foot. You know, you want to just be able to be truthful about where you are in this business, where you're going. You know, people are always like, why would anybody want to sign up with me if I'm brand new? I've only been in a month, because, you know, we're doing this whole 4-in-1. That's every new person's goal. And I'm like, you don't have to have a story. It is so fun to learn together. It is, just be real. I'm new. I'm excited. I see what this business is doing. I've already made $150 and I'm just pumped, you know, like that's exciting. And some people, $150 is game-changing money for their bank account every month. You know, like we sit here and we like overthink about how much money people want. And sometimes people just need $80 to pay for their daughter's dance class. You know, like some people just want to be able to pay for their groceries, or not to have to carry a calculator at the grocery store, you know, or to freaking put gas in their car, you know, with the gas prices the way they are right now. You know, the people are freaking out. An extra $30 to be able to put gas in their tank is a huge amount, is huge for them. And so don't, you know, just be real, just be honest. Number 7, stop scrolling. Don't scroll. That is probably my biggest advice. And the biggest thing when I hear people say they're working, and I'm like, well, what exactly are you working on? Usually they're scrolling and they're time wasting. And so stop scrolling. I'm going to get, because I'm really bad at this, and this is like speaking to me too. Like I'm going to get a rubber band on my wrist and start like flicking myself every time I just accidentally start to scroll, because I like start to get obsessed, like looking at everybody's Halloween pictures from this weekend. And I'm like, next thing I know, like 15 minutes have gone by and I'm like, crap, Mel, the baby's getting ready to wake up and you still have 35 asks to get out, you know, like, and that was literally me today. So stop scrolling, focus on income producing activities when you're able to pick up your phone. Okay. And so that's what happens is we may have a few minutes here, there, and instead of like focusing on an activity that we can be doing on our checklist or that can make us money, we get stuck scrolling, and then all of a sudden that 15 minutes is gone, or that 10 minutes is gone, and we've done nothing for the business. But yeah, we thought we picked up our phone to work, but did we really work besides scrolling? No. Now, if scrolling is like your depressant, you know, like your down thing, like I have to scroll before I go to bed or whatever it is, make sure you're at least commenting and liking on every post that you pass by. Okay. If you're going to scroll and that's something that you need to do to relax, then make sure that you are liking and commenting, because that boosts your algorithm. Okay. So don't just scroll. Make sure you at least stop, like the kid's picture, like the Halloween picture, make a comment and go to the next one. Don't just mindlessly scroll. At least that will help your algorithm. Okay. Number 8 is people, as people start to host a post for you, you will keep those host posts on your main profile page. Do not do that. There are some settings, and if that's something that you have going on now on your main profile page, message me or Melanie, and we will walk you through how to set up your privacy settings to review all your host posts. Okay. You do not want them, you want them to kind of hang out in the review area. You don't want them to hang out on your main page. Because here's what I saw on somebody's page the other day. And I'm not going to tell their name because we had this conversation. I had to walk her through. I went to go check out our page to see, kind of like, give feedback. And all I saw was host post, host post, host post, host post, host post, and then all of a sudden her picture. And then I saw host post, host post, host post, host post, host post, and then I saw like a quote, and I was like, "Oh dear God, that's what people are going to see if they click on if you have a host post by somebody they know, they're going to click your name and go check out your page. Well, if your page is full of hosted posts from other people, that's not the image you're trying to project. You're working very hard on putting out original content and your quotes, creating this positive page. Well, all those people that have posted for you being on your page gives the wrong message. It totally takes away from what you're trying to create on your page. And so there's a way to fix that into your settings. So please let us know and we can get that fixed for you. The other thing is that I see a lot of people make the mistake with is, with this same thing in mind, is when we get tagged by other people. Okay, so if you're tagged in a picture by somebody else, if you're tagged in, like the other day, if you were in jail, the first 10 people you tap their name in are these things, and you're like, I was her jail partner. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm talking about. You're tagged in these weird things. Okay, allowing those to be on your page as well. Okay, same thing. Or like the senior challenge. I'm tagged probably every other week by a mom telling me to do the senior photo challenge, and like allowing those tags to sit on your page. You do not need those to sit on your page. Again, you're working so hard to create a page that is branding you, that is creating the vibe and environment for your business that you want. You don't need to have every picture taken of you that's terrible, because half the time I'm tagged in pictures that are awful of me. And I'm like, no, I do not want that on my main page for people to see. You can have them tag you, but you don't need them to be on your profile page. And again, that just stays in your review area. Again, if you need help figuring out how to do that, message me and I'll walk you through your settings so that you review everything you're tagged in. Like my husband tags me in everything he posts. Okay. Do I want everything he posts to be on my main page? No, it still is on his page. I'm still tagged in it, but I don't have to post it on my profile. Okay. And so the real things that I want, that I'm like, oh, that's a great thing. If somebody saw, they'd like that. Or if I haven't already posted about it, I don't need 10 pictures from Friday night's football game to be on my main page. It can be on Mel's page. It can be on her husband David's page, because we were all together last week. It can be on my husband's page. It can be on Carly's page. It can be on Riley's page. But I don't need all their posts on my main profile. I just need mine. Does that make sense? And so you don't want to have, because again, when somebody pulls up my page, from last Friday night, they don't need to see football, all the same thing 5 different times, and then my coffee post below it. It took them 10 minutes to get to my coffee post. I want it to be clear, concise, direct. Okay. The last thing is a vague profile headshot. Okay. So your profile picture. Let's talk about that. It should be the same picture across all platforms. Why do we do that? Consistency. Okay, we want people to be able to find you. So if they are friending you on, if you're a friend with them on Facebook and they see one of your Facebook reels and they see that it's a TikTok, they want to follow you on TikTok, but they're having a hard time finding Bridget Buchanan, because there's a lot of Bridget Buchanans in the world. Okay, they don't know what your name is, but if your picture is the same as it is in your Facebook profile, they're going to find you. It's the same thing with Instagram. You want your picture to be clear across the board. You also want it to be a headshot picture of you. Okay. You don't want it to be far, far, far away. You really don't want anybody else in the picture with you. You just want it to be a good, clear, best picture of you. Now, your cover photo, everybody does different things with this. That's where my family is. So it's my main picture and then my family behind me. Okay. And then that's where you can kind of show off the other people in your life that are important to you. But your main picture, again, you want to have clear best picture of you, something that they can see. So because because you guys have looked and friended people on Facebook. Okay. The bubbles are this small. Okay. Like when you're looking at them, they're this small. Well, when you have a picture of you leaning against a tree that's so far away, it literally in that bubble looks like a stick in there. You know what I'm saying? Like it looks like a stick in there. So you don't want people, that's not a good identifying picture for you. You want people to be able to like, that's her. That's exactly who she is. That's the girl at the football game. I heard her talking to somebody about coffee. Like you want them to be able to immediately recognize you and not to have to search for you. Okay. I've thrown a lot at you. I've done a lot of don'ts, and we all do a lot of great things, but these are things that can boost your page, your branding, your algorithm to be able to have ultimate success. So I'm going to keep the recording going because I do believe people can listen and learn from questions. So does anybody have questions about this or questions in general that they want to discuss?
Hi, it's Mia. Can you
Hi,
hear me?
Mia. Welcome to the business. Congratulations on joining.
Thank you. It took a lot for Dawn to convince me.
It took a lot for most people to convince all of us.
But my question is, you're saying about the sharing, which I understand that part, but I don't understand. Are you saying your Facebook page, that your main page, to make your content on your main page is not to share? I was a little confused. Maybe I'm not saying it correctly.
So if you saw something on, if you saw something on a family member's page, Mia,
Right.
okay, so like if it was, a really good quote you really liked and you wanted to share it on your page, you can hit
Right.
the share button
Right.
and share it and it shares immediately as a post
Right.
on your Facebook wall. Okay.
Okay.
What happens when you do that is it only reaches 1% of your friends. So say you have 1,000 friends, say you have 100 friends, it reaches one friend. Okay. If you just screenshot that picture, or if you, saved it, because some people you can save their pictures. If you saved it and posted it as an original page, original post on your Facebook wall, that reaches 3 to 4% of your friends. So you go from reaching one person to 3 to 4. So if you get it, so then when you get a like on it, because like I get a lot of likes on my quotes and stuff. If you get a like on it, it boosts it to another 3 to 4. If you get another like on it, it's another 3 and 4. If you get a share, it boosts it out even more. And so the more interaction you get on it, the better. And you can only get more interaction when it reaches the max amount of people. The first post reaches the max amount of people that it can as possible. So so the odds are, you share, say a Bible verse, okay, and it only reaches that one person on your page. Well, what if they're not a Christian? And they're like, I hate that she posts Bible verses on her page, okay, and so then it goes nowhere, it doesn't go anywhere, and it actually helps the person's page that you posted it from. Well, you're trying to build your business and your branding and have your reach increased, and so you want to be able to reach the most people. And so you post it as an original post, it reaches 4 people, and these numbers are going off of 100 friends. Okay. We all have a lot more than 100 friends, but it reaches 4 people. Okay. You have one person who just loves it so much that she shares it and comments on it, and then it starts boosting it, and then it reaches another 4 people and another 4 people and another 4 people and another 4 people, and it works that way with all your business posts as well. Every post you do only reaches 3 to 4%.
Got you. Okay. That makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome, baby. Congratulations. I'm really excited to have you on the team.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? Questions? Did anyone learn something they didn't know before?
Hey, Mel, one thing that I will say that you said about your picture being a profile picture across the board, that makes a huge difference for people, because if they see you on TikTok and your pictures, or let's say they see you on Instagram and then they're like, well, I'm going to go see if she's on Facebook, right? They're going to look for that same picture. If it's a different picture and it's, even though your name's the same and it's you, and they're going to think maybe that's a second profile and that it's a spam. Okay. So it's important. And I know they can use the same picture too. But it's important across the board to have the same and to not have those spammy shares and things, because it's so prevalent right now with people trying to hack into your pages. So, original content's huge. You're showing your face, you're showing your dog for me, you're showing, your baby or whatever it is. Make sure that you're showing your face in the product or something that's unique to you, because you guys, I'm telling you, I even had somebody tag me in some vulgar videos last 3 nights ago, and somebody texted me at 1:00 in the morning. I didn't know I was tagged in it. I was asleep. I woke up at 4 and I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get rid of this. I got to block this person. I got to do this stuff, so all that stuff's happening. So you need to make sure that, you're on your dotting your I's and crossing your T's and doing all the things that we're talking about tonight, because it's important for your page and it's important to reach the right people. So you can get all jumbled up into, the wrong network too. And so you just want to make sure that, everything is unique across the board. Right.
Love that. And listen, just talking about getting into the wrong network, I'll address that because I've had to talk to a couple people this week about networking. Because this is a question I've gotten actually 3 or 4 times in the last 2 weeks. I'm getting hosts to post up, or I'm not getting anybody that'll host for me. Is number 1, no one will host for me. Number 2, when I get hosts to post up, they're not getting comments. Okay. It's your network. It truly, truly is your network. Number 1, I can put 10 hosts to post up and not get a single comment on them. And that's me. I've been doing this for 3.5 years. Okay. It is a quantity game. That's number 1. So you cannot get discouraged with that. But if you find that you have put up 40 hosts to posts and that took you all month to get, with asking people every single day, and none of them have any comments, it's time to get out of your network. And what I suggest is people who will not host for you, okay, who have ghosted you, are not paying attention to you. You've asked them last month, this month, delete them. I went through today and I was deleting people like crazy because they're not there. You have got to take the biggest thing about your Facebook page. And as we're talking about this ties in, is you have to go from that your Facebook page is for personal use to that you are branding your life and your brand like you are a blogger, like you are a celebrity. And I know that we're none of those things, but we are trying to reach people. We are a business. Okay. And so what you have to realize is that the person that you may have been acquaintances with in high school, or that may have been your child's teacher in 4K, and your child is 19 years old now, and they're not commenting on anything, and they've never posted for you, and they've never been interested in a product, it's okay to let them go. It's okay to say goodbye and move on. Now, here's a crazy thing that happened to me. I did this a couple months ago and deleted somebody that's local here. And all of a sudden she popped back up in a friend request for me. Okay. And I typically don't accept friend requests from a lot of people because nowadays it's a lot of spam. I'm sending the friend requests. Okay. More often than not. And so when I get friend requests, and I always look over their page because a lot of time it's second profiles, it's spammy stuff. It's someone from Israel. And so I just looked at this. I was like, why is this girl friending me again? I don't really like her. Truly, this is just me plain talk. I don't really care for her. I deleted her because I was just like, she never has been interested in anything, never talked to me, barely will talk to me out in public. So all of a sudden, I was like, I wonder what this cat's up to. So I accepted her friend request. And don't you know that this girl messaged me a week later about the products, has been on the products and lost 30 pounds. in the last month, like last month and a half. Like it's crazy. Okay. But guess what she did? Guess who I am? I was her first thought, even though I had unfriended her, to come back and find me and ask me about products. Okay. So you guys, it is okay to let people go. She actually came back. And she really wasn't even a nice person. I don't even know if she is a nice person, but I won't talk about her name because she might become a distributor one day. Just kidding. But I'm just saying, I'm being serious. You guys, sometimes we just need to let people go, and be okay with that, because our business, because they're not helping us grow our business. And when you get stuck with asking the same people over and over, asking, Brenda so-and-so, who only has 224 friends, to keep posting for you every month, none of her 224 friends are ever going to buy from you. Okay. You can keep Brenda, but realize this is a business. And so you have to clean that out. I've been encouraging people to think about what they like. Okay. I've been listening to a lot of branding messages and, videos lately. And it's like, what do you like? What is at the core of you? Do you shop at a certain place? What about your church, where your kids went to school? Just think of these places that are warm marketplaces. Okay. They are people that are likely to friend you. Like if you get a Stitch Fix box every single month, okay, those people can afford to buy some products from you. They're buying Stitch Fix every single month. Okay. If that's something you do personally, you need to be friending these Stitch Fix people, and you need to be posting your outfits every day. Okay. If there's a certain place you buy from all the time, if there's a certain place you eat at all the time. Okay. We all have regular places. Our freaking Kendra works at the Waffle House. She needs to be friending everybody who likes the freaking Waffle House. Okay. Like you just need to, places that you are frequent, that you go to in your hometown, places that you love, hotels that you stay at, whatever. Start looking at those as opportunities to be able to gain new friends and followers. Okay. Those are like-minded people to you. And so you need to be like, stop thinking that Hostess Post is the only place that you can get friends, because you don't know who these people are. Start searching out people that are like you and getting into them. Okay. And like I said, like your kids at school, where you work, your church, the place you always shop. We have so many cute little boutiques here in Aiken, and I just friend them. I like them on Facebook, and I just go to their cutest outfit they just had on, yesterday, that they posted up, and people are liking it like crazy. And I'm friending all these people because they can buy clothes. They can buy my products. Okay. Stop making it so hard. But those are the people that are going to start getting into your network and posting and seeing what you're talking about, and getting your name in a different area. Okay. And so don't be afraid to let people go and then re-add. People are going to stick. People are going to come and go. It's just like in life in general. Like in life in general, we have seasons. Okay. We have seasons where people are present and where they are not. And this business is the exact same way. All right. Anybody else? All right, you guys, I am going to end this then.